Ken just got paid. It's 9:12 a.m. on a Friday. His salary hits his account. He exhales a little. For a moment, everything feels stable again. On his way home from work, he stops by the mall. His phone screen has a small crack in the corner. Nothing serious, still usable, but the battery drains faster than it used to. He walks into the store just to check. 10 minutes later, he's holding a brand new phone. It's sleek, it's faster, it feels like progress. But then he looks at his old charger. The edges are slightly torn. The white cable has turned gray from time. He hesitates. This looks ridiculous with this phone. So he upgrades the charger too. On the way out, he sees wireless earbuds displayed beside the counter. His old ones still work, but they don't feel premium anymore. Add to cart. By Sunday night, just 2 days after payday, Ken has spent $420. Nothing reckless, nothing insane, just upgrades. Now fast forward 3 weeks. Rent is due. His credit card balance is higher than he expected. He tells himself, next month I'll be more disciplined. But next month something else comes up. And slowly, without ever making one catastrophic decision, Ken starts feeling broke. Not because he earns too little, but because his life requires too much. Now let me show you something else. Alex also got paid Friday morning. His phone battery isn't great either. He notices it, but instead of walking into a store, he orders a $25 battery replacement kit online and watches a 10-minute tutorial. His charger cable is old too. He shrugs. It still works. On Saturday, instead of upgrading gadgets, he transfers 20% of his paycheck into an investment account automatically. He doesn't feel excited. There's no dopamine hit. But 3 weeks later, rent doesn't feel threatening. An unexpected expense doesn't feel like panic. The difference between Ken and Alex isn't income. It's friction. Ken removes friction from spending. Alex removes friction from saving. And that tiny difference decides who feels broke. Most people think going broke happens because of one big mistake, a bad investment, a huge emergency, a reckless decision. But in reality, going broke usually happens through small lifestyle escalations. Upgrades feel harmless, they're framed as rewards. You worked hard, you deserve better things. And yes, you do deserve comfort. But here's the part nobody explains. Every upgrade raises your survival cost. A 2022 Lending Club report found that over 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including high earners. Not because they're irresponsible, because fixed expenses quietly expand with income. And the system encourages it. Credit limits increase when you earn more. Buy now, pay later options remove immediate pain. Ads track you and personalize temptation. Minimalism isn't about living empty, it's about protecting your margin. Because once your fixed commitments swallow most of your income, one unexpected event creates financial anxiety. And anxiety feels like being broke, even when you're earning. Let's break this down. There are 2 types of spending: flexible spending and fixed commitments. Flexible spending is dinner out, clothes, occasional treats. Fixed commitments are dangerous. Car payments, financed phones, subscription stacks, high rent, credit card minimums. These repeat every month, and they stack silently. Let's say Ken earns $4,000 monthly. Rent, $1,600. Car payment, $500. Insurance, $200. Phone financing, $70. Subscriptions, $90. Credit card minimum, $300. That's $2,760 gone before groceries. Now, groceries, gas, utilities, small extras, he's left with almost nothing. He's not reckless, he's trapped in commitments. And here's the math nobody runs. If you carry $8,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest, that's $1,600 per year just in interest. That's money disappearing. Minimalist money habits are about lowering recurring obligations so your income stretches further, because flexibility equals survival. If your monthly survival number is $3,800, you're fragile. If it's $2,500, you're powerful. The lower your survival number, the harder it is to go broke. That's the real game. Here's the realization. Minimalism and money isn't about owning less stuff. It's about lowering the cost of being you. When your lifestyle costs less, you don't panic during layoffs. You don't tolerate toxic jobs out of fear. You don't need every paycheck to arrive perfectly on time. Minimalism buys breathing room, and breathing room buys confidence. Once you understand that, the goal stops being how do I afford more and becomes how do I need less to feel safe. That shift changes decisions permanently. Now let's make this real. The first minimalist habit is creating artificial friction before upgrades. Right now, spending is too easy. One tap, one swipe, done. So we reverse that. If you want to upgrade something, wait 72 hours minimum. Remove saved cards from your online accounts. Why does this work? Because impulse peaks fade quickly. Research in behavioral economics shows that delaying purchases reduces emotional spending significantly because the dopamine spike declines. This week, delete your saved payment methods from Amazon or any shopping app. If you still want the item after manually entering your card details 3 days later, buy it consciously. Expected outcome? Fewer automatic upgrades, more intentional decisions. The second habit is lowering one recurring expense within 60 days. Just one. Call your internet provider and negotiate. Cancel one subscription you barely use. Refinance a car loan if possible. If you cut $150 monthly from fixed expenses, that's $1,800 per year. Invested at 7% over 15 years, that becomes roughly $45,000. One phone call, long-term protection. The third habit is automate investing before lifestyle expansion. The moment your salary hits, move 15 to 25% automatically into savings or investments before you see it, before you adjust your lifestyle. A Vanguard study found that automatic investing significantly increases long-term wealth accumulation because it removes behavioral inconsistency. You don't rely on motivation. You rely on structure. Expected outcome? You build assets quietly, and assets reduce fear. The fourth habit is buy durable, not impressive. When something breaks, ask, can I repair it? Can I buy a reliable used version? Can I avoid financing? If you choose a $15,000 used car over a $35,000 financed one, the $20,000 difference invested at 7% for 20 years becomes about $77,000. That's not anti-car, that's pro-options. Minimalism isn't aesthetic, it's strategic. Ken didn't go broke because he's irresponsible. He went broke because upgrades stacked faster than income, and the system makes that easy. Minimalist money habits don't restrict your life, they protect it. They lower your survival number, they increase your margin, and margin is peace. You don't need to overhaul everything, just reduce one commitment, delay one upgrade, automate one transfer. That's how people in their 20s and 30s quietly avoid going broke, even in a system designed to extract. This is Nex Invests, and we're not chasing flashy. We're building stable,